Welcome to day 5 of the Stronger workout series. Today, instead of training to failure, we're now starting the 2 weeks of non-failure training where we're focusing on form and making sure that we never actually do fail. The idea is this will give the muscles a bit more time to recover and they're not going to get quite as destroyed. I think this kind of training is really going to help my front lever and planche in particular, but maybe will not be as effective for Azarian. However, we'll find out over the next 2 weeks. We're also starting a new recovery method for this next week. We'll talk more about that later. And we'll recap on the casein. I'm feeling good and fresh. The muscle soreness from the failure training has gone away. So let's get into it. So I gotta say, it's very nice to be finally doing this nice form, not failing. Definitely focusing on those shapes and feeling the contraction of the muscle in the correct position. With these, I'm gonna work up to leaning more and more forward on that L shape. And I'm gonna work on from going to there to sort of bringing those legs back more and more to a full planche. Obviously, since I'm not failing, I'll only be doing it to a shape where it feels still I can maintain that perfect shape. But obviously, as the sessions go by, that shape's going to get more and more pronounced. So today we're going to do something a little different and do some front lever negatives. Now you'll notice I've been doing them every single exercise up until today, and that's because my good friend Craig, who's very good at front lever, probably the best I've ever seen in real life, he told me that he thinks negatives are the way to go. Just really feeling that actual position. So I've been listening to his advice and I've been following that by training every second day. He actually said every day. I've been doing every second day, and that's why I'm doing the negatives. Now, I've seen a lot of you guys commenting on different things, so I'll definitely incorporate them into the next couple of workouts. But you'll notice now, actually, I'm already feeling quite close to a front lever, so I think it's definitely working. Probably could have gone for a third rep there, but like I was saying, this is perfect form. And I feel like if I did go for that third rep, I would probably fall a little bit too fast for my liking. So I'm just going to do 2 and keep it clean form. Right, so I'm about to do multis hold. You'll notice it's a lot stronger than my first session when I was doing this same exercise. And that's mainly because I haven't been failing in my previous things. So I can really focus on that nice shape, and it's going to be a lot more satisfying to me because I'll be feeling like I'm actually doing the exercise. And critique the shape.
Zero. A bit lower. 1, 2. When I said lower, your hips come into it too much instead of lowering your legs.
So I'm parking.
No, arcing your back. Hips come into it more. Come on. Lower. Lower, lower. Come on.
Damn it.
It's good form.
I don't want to be failing. I don't think I am, but I do want to hold it for another 1 to 2 seconds. It's feeling good though. I'm feeling that contraction in that exact shape, and I'm really just thinking about, as always, like that for a multis, and the whole body straight.
1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Alright, just quickly to explain why I'm training Victorian, even though it's obviously a very advanced skill. 2 main reasons. One, it's so advanced it obviously appeals to me because very few people in the world can actually do it on the rings. And secondly, gymnastics is really good for your whole upper body, but if there's one muscle that is neglected, I'd say it's the rear delts, these puppies. And lots of gymnasts have very developed front delts from all the rings work, the planche, the multis, all that kind of thing, but they haven't developed the rear delt.
You hear that, mate?
On things like front lever and Victorian. They're really the only two I can think of at the moment that really help isolate it in a way. And they're both two things I'm actually a bit weak at. So it's very important to include that in your training so you don't get those round shoulders, which is also unhealthy. As you start to get stronger and developing your front delts, don't forget about the rear delt. Otherwise you can cause shoulder problems. It's just not aesthetic. If you go about training and you neglect it for a year, it's always going to be much behind where your other strength is, and it's going to be less fun. So just a quick note on how to train the Victorian yourself. Basically, it's similar to how you progress with the front lever, back lever, all that kind of stuff, where you just bring your body as small as it can be when you're getting started. So the easiest variation of this, you just want to bring your hips up to where your shoulders are, starting off in a ball. As you get stronger, just basically straighten your body out, and then out to obviously a straight body when you get strong enough. Do them in either sets of hold for a few seconds, maybe 5 seconds, or doing the reps like I was just doing then. Really think about pulling your shoulders down and getting yourself high enough. If you're really failing, you can pike it and make it a bit easier. Not training to failure by no means means it's going to be easy training. It just means that I'm making sure that I don't lose shape, fail completely. Instead, I try to make sure every exercise is clean, but I'm still really fighting hard. But I'm also fighting even harder to keep the shape. So I wrote down 3 reps here, but it's very difficult for me to even do one with very clean form. So instead I'm just doing 1 rep and I'm really fighting for that perfect shape. So I felt my back arc a little bit during that, which I'm not happy with. So I'm going to do it again obviously and just fight that shape, really keeping that holo position the whole way. So that wasn't quite good enough. Oh, hello there. Unlike a week ago when I did this, now I'm going to be really focused on maximum extension on the climb up, and on the way down, very slow negatives. So you'll notice it's going to look a lot nicer than last week. I want to try and get 3 sets, but we'll see how I feel, you know. Maybe I won't get up the whole way on the 2nd and 3rd. Maybe I will. And this is a great exercise for the one arm chin. That's what I'm training it for. Alright, so that was a good session. Not going to failure it felt good, you know, everything, it's nice doing things clean, so I'm enjoying that, and I get quite a nice pump as well, having a little bit to spare. So, it's a good sesh, happy with that. To review on the casein protein recovery, it started out as a bit of fun, you know, waking up 4 hours into your sleep to have some magic juice that's going to make you stronger. However, very similar experience to Tyson. Being woken up is not pleasant. I also had a banana with every casein shake, and by the end of it, it was actually taking me almost half an hour to go through the whole wake up a little bit, get out of bed, pour it, drink it, eat the banana, which is crazy. I didn't notice any differences really in my appetite or anything like that. It was quite inconvenient waking up 4 hours into your sleep, a little bit disruptive. I didn't particularly notice anything different, though it is also hard to say because it's only been a week of this training, so there's not much to compare it to. My overall thoughts on the casein were I don't really think it's a viable recovery method. I certainly wouldn't want to be waking up in 4 hours into my sleep every night for an extended period of time. 1 week was I kind of had it. I was glad that it was over. So I don't think I'll be continuing that style of recovery. Now, on to this week's recovery method, and that is the foam roller. So I don't really know too much about foam rolling. I haven't joined a foam rolling club just yet, unlike Tyson. So Tyson has a better idea of foam rolling than I do. I believe he does it for his weightlifting, whereas I haven't really done it before. So I'm going to be looking up how to do it properly. We're going to be doing it prior to bedtime. So So just before I go to sleep, I'll just quickly roll all over. The foam roller is supposed to aid recovery in that it massages the muscles and sort of loosens them out a little bit. Perhaps gets rid of some of the lactic acid that's built up in them. I gotta say this is probably gonna be much more enjoyable than the casein experience because I can sleep properly and it's just a little bit of something to do before I go to bed. Now to recap the week very quickly. Earlier on in the week I was quite bad with my sleep. There was one night where I only got 4 hours. I think there was another night where I only got about 5 hours. So now my sleep is on track. Also diet wise, I think I want to be eating a little bit more. I haven't been tracking my macros specifically, though I intend to track exactly what I eat and then check my macros and make sure that I eat all of them every single day. So I'm feeling really good just after that workout. The muscle soreness from all the training till failure has gone away, and today not having trained to failure it was a nice change, definitely. It was really nice to be able to focus on my form and the muscle contraction. So it's nice to be able to focus on them rather than the muscle completely, going past its limit. So yeah, I'm feeling really good having done week 1. I'm really pumped for week 2, and I'm definitely feeling stronger.